What's up, everybody? I just want to let you guys know that I just bought these new soccer cleats from the Nike outlet store. They're pretty nice. I like them. I saw it, I wanted it, and I copped it. Had some cash in my wallet, and so I bought it. But then I realized that I already have soccer cleats that I really like. Like, these soccer cleats have never failed me. They're super comfortable. I like Adidas. I like the color scheme. All I gotta do is just clean them up a little bit and they're good to go. I've scored goals in these cleats, defended in these cleats, done a lot in these cleats. But I still wanted the new ones, and I bought it. But for some reason, the excitement that I had when I was thinking about buying it and thinking about what I can do with these cleats, I don't have anymore. And I literally don't care that I have these cleats right now. I started to think to myself, and I wonder if this applies to any of you guys who are watching this, but have you ever noticed that when you want something so badly, and the moment that you get it, you don't even care about it anymore? Like, you retain a certain goal, a certain prize that you've been longing for the longest time. And the minute you get it, you just, that same excitement, that same angst to go get it, you don't have that anymore. You don't care about it the minute you get it. And I'm thinking to myself, is that greed? I don't think so. I don't think it's greed. I think it's just the way that your brain plays tricks on you. Because I started noticing this about myself, that whenever I get the opportunity to spend something, to have money to spend, I buy something new, or I even hit a goal, or I meet someone new. A week later, that same excitement that I had is gone, it's faded. And I'm already off chasing the next thing. Like, is something seriously wrong with me? I don't know. I have no clue. Like, where does that spark, where does that fire go? And it made me ask this important question to myself as I was reflecting, is why do we keep wanting new things? Why do we keep wanting new things? Even if we don't truly care about them. So after doing a bunch of research, well, not really a bunch of research, but a bunch of doom scrolling on the internet, just finding out more about dopamine, I've come to the realization that our brains are just wired for novelty. That craving for something new. Because dopamine doesn't reward you for having something. It rewards you for basically wanting it. And it makes sense, because that's why scrolling on social media gives you that dopamine rush. It gives you that good feeling, even though it's fake. It makes you think that scrolling on social media feels better than actually achieving something. The anticipation of learning something interesting or learning something new, even though you weren't even looking for it on social media, is what gives you that dopamine, that good dopamine feeling. But then when you inevitably get what you want, that's when the chemical drops, it plummets. And that's when that emptiness hits, and now your brain's like, all right, what's next? What's next? What you got? What else you got? And that's why we're constantly doom scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Reels, anything really, just to find that next dopamine hit. Just to find out that none of that shit's healthy. None of that shit's even real. You're just endlessly scrolling because your brain's tricking you. You trained yourself to chase the feeling of progress instead of actually achieving it. And it's so crazy because right before I made this video, I was scrolling on TikTok, YouTube. It's Sunday morning, so I'd have nothing really else to do except just to chill, relax before I go play soccer late in the evening. But I thought to myself, what am I doing? It's been like an hour. I'm scrolling on TikTok for what? I gotta go make a video for y'all. And then I started doing some deeper thinking, and I realized that sometimes we want new things because we're still figuring out who we are. As simple as that. We use new hobbies, new people, or new goals like mirrors, okay? We use them like mirrors. We use them like mirrors to see which version of ourselves is real. Or I guess which version of ourselves feels real. And that's okay, because it's that curiosity that builds an identity for you. But the problem starts when you start to attach your worth to constant change. Because at that moment, that stillness that you finally attain when you get your goal, it feels like you failed because you're constantly looking for something new, constantly looking for something to change you, to rattle your emotions. When in reality, it's that stillness is when you discover who you truly are. Because at that moment, you're satisfied with what you become. You become satisfied with who you actually are. And once you do, you don't want to change. You know who you are. And fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you see the world, we live in a world where we celebrate motion. You know, we don't celebrate meaning. We don't celebrate that stillness. We celebrate being in constant motion, having something going on always. You know, we have LinkedIn that celebrates you getting a new job. We have Instagram where it shows you taking a picture of your new house or a new baby or a new monumental change in your life. You know, you document that on social media. Celebrate changing jobs, cities, relationships. You know, people will clap for you when something changes in your life. They'll celebrate that for you, which is good. Even if you haven't really grown, they'll still celebrate you, which, you know, in turn gives you that dopamine, that validation that you low-key crave for. So that's an illusion of progress. In my opinion, it's an illusion of progress because real progress is very, very slow. Very slow, and I'm speaking from experience. It's very repetitive and it's boring. Like right now, I'm currently working on running the business and I have 2 other ventures that I'm working on right now. And I don't live in the city where I'm constantly meeting different people. I kind of live in the outskirts right now, alone. And it does get tempting to, you know, find the next new thing, to go out and just explore, talk to whoever, you know, just to be out there like everyone else is. Like sometimes I get jealous of the people living that city life, but there's a type of peace that I found in the stillness that I want to maintain and separate from the city life. But to each his own. To each his own. Going back to the topic, that's why us humans, we crave that newness. Because that motion, that movement that people celebrate feels like progress. And it feels good, especially when we don't want to sit in the silence of our consistency. So now it comes down to, what do you want to do about it? If you want to do something about it. If it's not a problem, keep moving, keep pushing along. But if it is a problem to you, here's what we're going to do. So what do you do when you feel that itch for something new? First off, I think it's important to recognize that the itch is human. It's regular. It's fine. You're fine. You're not weird.
People, fuck, you weird. Buddy, you're weird.
I think it's important to just recognize the pattern. Recognize that you are doing it, okay? Admitting it is the first step. Shout out Kanye. Second, you want to ask yourself, is this actually helping me grow? Is this desire helping me grow, or is it just helping me escape? Is this helping me to itch my fiend for something new? For example, are these cleats gonna help me be better on the soccer field? Or did I just cop these cleats because they look nice and I wanted compliments? If it's growth, lean into it, embrace it, do it. But if it's the urge to escape, pause. Take a breather, relax. Let the urge pass without feeding into it. It's gonna be weird at first because we're used to giving into that instant gratification. Social media has trained our brains to think that way, but if you wanna level up beyond the surface level addictions that we feed into as humans, I think it's important to recognize that the delayed gratification and understanding these urges aren't the best for our overall growth. That's what's gonna take you to the next level. Or at least help you understand yourself a little bit better. I don't know what your goals are, but I do know that from personal experience, I understand myself a little bit better from withholding from certain urges, from certain instant gratification, hold on a second. Instantly gratifying moments. I really hope that's right. So if you're in that loop right now, chasing the new thing just to feel alive, I get you. You're cooling, you're fine, bro. Just take a second to breathe, okay? Recognize that you are doing that. Recognize that you are feeding into that instant gratification. Maybe you don't need something new. Maybe you don't need to go out and, you know, go talk to some fine shit just for the love of the game. Maybe you don't need that new expensive watch because you can afford it. Maybe you don't need to stuff your face with, I don't know, 12 Five Guys cheeseburger. I don't know, I haven't been to Five Guys in a minute, but you know what I'm saying? You don't need to give into that, okay? You don't. Maybe you just need to reconnect with what you already have. Because when you think about it, the stuff that you already have in your possession, especially if you have a goal in mind, that's what's gonna take you to the next level, because you recognize all those things that you have in your life right now, whether it be the people, the current living situation that you're in, the current possessions, the current goals and ambitions that you have, the current motion that you have at this moment, that defines you, because you pick that out based on the goals that you want to achieve in your future. Work with those, build around those. You have a goal in mind, stick with it, but don't get distracted by the urge to instantly gratify yourself. Instantly satisfy yourself. What the heck was I saying before? Because when you can find peace and consistency, that's when you stop running. That's when you evolve to the person that you've always wanted to be. If this video resonated with you, or you like what you heard in this video, good. Go do something with it, please. Go share it with your friends. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell somebody about it, encourage somebody with it, do whatever. Other than that, develop a Prodigy mindset and tackle your problems with everything you got. I believe in you. Take care. Peace.